Yes, people, what's happening? Nice one for coming back to the Fuse UK. Another special one within the Red Korner podcast. Ross, how you doing, brother?
All good, my man. How are you?
I'm sound, mate. I thought tonight we'd get together, do a little show, a little recap on the weekend on Saturday. Bkfc 46. What a night.
Mate, I'm still buzzing from it. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Unbelievable, mate. What a stacked card it was as well.
It was class from start to finish, everything. It was unbelievable.
Quality, mate. Obviously, where do we want to start this? Do you want to start this at the weigh-ins and things?
Yeah, let's go to the weigh-ins, yeah.
Well, basically on the weigh-ins, I got there just before the morning weigh-ins, before like the public weigh-ins, and a couple of the fighters were there. Well, obviously all the fighters were there. But, yeah, a few of them, a couple struggled to make the weight, got there in the end. A lot of the fighters looked like they'd trained hard in these camps, like looked proper in shape, do you know what I mean? Done all the diet and properly, bang on weight. And yeah, mate, you could just sense in the room, mate, that it was going down, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I like that it's almost a little prickly atmosphere, isn't it? Just yeah. Everyone's kind of eyeing each other up, and everyone's kind of like, just we're gonna smash each other, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. It's the first time the fighters are face to face, breathing on each other type of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're all sound with each other, aren't they? They all get on, respectful.
I say it all the time, and I've just said it on the last podcast I was on. It's one thing I love about the BKFC. The lads are so respectful towards each other. It's so much different to like boxing and things like that. There's a lot of respect between these two men. They know that they've got the two gladiators. They're going to go and create art in there. It's it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's violence at its purest form.
Yeah, and going into this fight as well, who did you have down in the back of your head as being like a proper war?
After I looked into Dustin Rubiga. And I mean, it was a proper war. It was a real war. It was the first fight of the night, the prelims. I looked into Dustin Rubiga, Carl Thompson, and I thought that was going to be something special. But I mean, the main event was just that's history making. That was such a special fight. It's a fight. If there's no bare knuckle fans if you want to introduce someone to bare knuckle, show them that fight. Yeah. Show them that fight, because it had everything. It was Rocky-esque. I said last night, it was like Rocky-esque, the way that Caleb kept getting up off the ground. He rocked Rico in the fourth. But I mean, we'll talk about it more in depth as we go through the card. What about yourself?
To be honest, mate, I thought obviously Rob Barry and Ben Bonner. I knew that was going to be a good fight, mate. I knew it was going to be an absolute corker, mate.
Yeah, definitely. I mean?
But we'll start off with the card there, bro. We'll start off obviously with Carl Thompson and Dustin Rubiga from Germany.
That's right, yeah.
What a great fight to start the show off, mate.
It was, wasn't it? Unbelievable. Two tough, durable men. Dustin making his debut. Carl also making his debut in the BKFC.
Obviously, it was a bit of a matched up sort of fight as well. I know Carl Thompson was a lot more experienced boxer going into this. He had a very successful amateur career, was a great boxer, but never had that in-the-ring bare-knuckle experience where Dustin Rubiga had the Gromda tournament that he went into and won. So he had
right. He fought three.
Yeah,
he fought three men in one night, didn't he? Dustin Rubiga, Gromda.
Heavyweights, no weight limit as well.
Yeah. Tough men, and we've got some ringside footage as well, haven't we? From courtesy of the Fuse UK. You were right up there, right close and personal to the action, weren't you?
Yeah, mate, unbelievable.
Should we play that little video clip?
Yeah, go on, mate.
I mean, you had the best seat in the house, didn't you?
Yeah, obviously, unfortunately, I had to record these in portrait for Instagram and stuff. So that's why it's in the portrait shot. Oh yeah, it was a great back and forth fight.
Yeah. Anyone that hasn't seen all the fights yet, download the Bkfc app. It's only the cost of a couple of coffees a month, and you get all the cards, all the shows, the American shows, the UK shows. Yeah, you get to watch them for a small subscription fee.
Yep, you
Well
get
worth the money.
The news of the Bare Knuckle, the rankings, podcast, everything all within that app. It's absolute bargain. Carl Thompson had Kell Brook ringside as well, supporting him for this fight.
Yeah, great to see Kell Brook there. Unbelievable to have that kind of caliber of fighter, a former IBF champion. Was it IBF champion he was?
Yeah, he was IBF champion of the world. He beat Sean Porter in America to win that title. Obviously had some great fights. His recent win was coming off winning Amir Khan. He fought Errol Spence. He fought Golovkin. He's a superstar, wasn't he? Boxer in the UK, Special K, Kell Brook.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of the lights and all that. It just shows you, mate, what's going. Do you know what I mean?
Each show we keep talking about it, but each show's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it attracting people like that. I mean, it'd be great to attracting boxers over all the time as well. Taking the sport up. I agree with Coops there in the comments saying Kell would be savage in the Bkfc, and I agree. I think he's got one left in him, and surely could give it a go.
The thing with Kell though, he's still got a massive payday in boxing, and he was someone calls him out in boxing. He's still got a good payday there. He's still probably sell out a stadium, Kell Brook.
Yeah, definitely.
Good fight. So it's one of them, innit? Bkfc probably have to pay him a lot of money for him to turn over to Bare Knuckle.
They would, but it'd be great for the sport. Pay him the money, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
just pay him the money. I think it'd be great for the sport to have him over. Back to the Rebega fight and Thompson fight as well. So the results are all out, obviously. The Bkfc published the results. So after a knockdown in the first from Rebega, he knocked down Carl Thompson. But Carl came back to take a TKO win in the third round. Both men showed big balls, and both men put on a great performance from each other. Give a great account of themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, 100%, mate. Obviously, the Bkfc will definitely be having them back, I'm guessing. Really excited to see Carl Thompson going in the Bkfc as well, with him having his boxing background. He's tough. He fucking can fight, mate. So
yeah.
always makes a serious competitor in this sport, doesn't it, when they have both heart and skill.
It does. I mean, I spoke to Bakewell last night. Bakewell was in the Red Korner podcast last night. And he did say that he would have both men back. They put on a great performance. And speaking to Dustin as well after the show, he was obviously very disappointed. No one likes to lose. It was the first loss that he'd suffered as well. But explained to him, and we said last night to Bakewell as well, losing the O in Bkfc, in bare knuckle boxing, isn't the same as losing the O in boxing, is it?
Nah.
It's totally different. I mean, you go out on your shield, like we were saying before, off camera. You go out on your shield, your stock goes up. Doesn't matter if you win or lose, really. You give it all in there. You give your heart and soul to it, and put on a great performance. Then your stock only gets higher and higher.
100% it does, mate. Especially in bare knuckle. The company probably likes people who are the type of people who get back up, and do you know what I mean? That's who they want. They don't want people who are good fighters, but once it's not all going their way, they quit.
Yeah.
I know it's easy to say for us not fighting and going in there ourselves, but surely everyone understands what I mean. Like, you're signing up to this, to be in a war, to be in a bare knuckle fight, getting paid good money, getting put on a good platform. So,
I mean, again, we'll going back to the Caleb Harris fight. I mean, Enrico Franco. I mean, he went down 9 times, which is a history-made thing. History made there. And
Caleb Harris as well. I seen, like, obviously, because I was right at the ring. Like, I was same distance, like, as the cornermen type of thing. Do you get what I mean? I'm on the ring, so I could hear everything. And I'm sure the referee goes up to him after about the 7th or 8th knockdown, he's like, "Have you had enough?" And he looks up at him and he says something like, "Sir, I'll never quit," and gets back up, mate. And I just thought, wow.
It does have no quit, isn't in his vocabulary, is it?
Nah, mate. He's an absolute legend, Caleb Harris, as well. He's in double digits now in fights with the Bkfc. He's been in it right from the beginning, mate, and he's been a pure entertainment and joy to watch all the way through it.
Yeah, 100%.
What a guy, mate. What a guy.
Yeah, lovely fella. Good question there from Coops in the comments as well. Do you think Harris should have been allowed to go down 9 times? You were a lot closer than what I was. I was in the media pen. You were ringside.
Yeah.
The referee must have seen something in Caleb Harris to think, you know, he's still got his wits about him.
Yeah, I think.
But 9 times.
It's a touchy thing, isn't it? I don't think a lot of the knockdowns, some of the knockdowns, not a lot of the knockdowns, weren't like proper knockdowns, you know what I mean? It's where he's probably been a little bit exhausted and fell down to get a breather, or like being pushed down. Do you know what I mean? If you watch the fight, you'll understand what I mean. When he's obviously stood up and look, because to be honest, most of the time when he's stood up, his feet and all that are still there, aren't they? Like I say, it was in the 4th round, towards the later rounds, after he'd been hurt and cut open, and that way hurt Rico. I
gave Harris the 4th round, and again, like I say, if you haven't seen the fight, go and watch this fight. It's unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's an hard one, and obviously these ISK refs are like some of the best referees in the world. Do you know what I mean? I don't. It's a tricky one, mate.
Yeah, Coops makes a great point there as well. There's heart and then there's damage limitation. It's an interesting argument. I mean, could the BKFC change some rules to make, you know, obviously there's the 3 knockdown rule in boxing. I know it's not boxing, but, you know,
someone put the same question on me the other night. What fight was worse? What fight should have been stopped first? Caleb Harris or Panda Banks?
Panda Banks and Mickey Terrell. Yeah. I think it was Hannah that said that, wasn't it?
Yeah. What fight should? What do you think, Cooper, should have been stopped first? Caleb Harris or Panda Banks?
It is an interesting argument, isn't it?
Some fighters are just too tough for their own good, but some fighters, like for example, this is another argument. Our fighters, like for example, how can I say this? Like Danny Christie, for example, if he goes into a fight, 9.9 times out of 10, he is bleeding and getting cut with a scar tissue that he's got on his face, where somebody else, if they receive the same damage as Danny, where in cut wise, and there were fresh cuts on someone's face, that'd be bad. Do you know what I mean?
It's the same for Tyler Goodjohn with the scar tissue that he's got around his face as well. He's guaranteed to be opened up in the 1st round.
Where they're all right, they could be covered in blood.
Yeah,
all over, but they're 100% there, mate. Where if another fighter was the same way, they could be in a real bad way. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at it different ways, where the referees should know now to be more lenient with the likes of Danny Christie, Tyler Goodjohn, people like that.
Yeah,
it's all new for some of the referees as well, isn't it? Bare knuckle. Do you know what I mean?
It's still a progressing sport. It's still very much in its infancy, and I say that all the time as well. But it's still learning itself, isn't it? It's still finding its feet to a degree. We've got Lavino saying Banks in there. That was his opinion. Good point from Coops. Good point. Banks was more physically damaged. So yes, it would have been right to stoppage. Harris, you can say, wasn't badly cut, and Harris wasn't badly cut. I mean, he did have the next day. He did have a bit of an eye on him, which is to be expected. You don't go into a fight and expect to get tickled, but you know, they're going in there, and Caleb Harris is going in there to the death. Danny Christie's going in there to the death. They are what bare knuckle is all about. They'll die in there.
Whenever you're going in a fight with, like we just mentioned, Tyler Goodjohn as well, whoever's going into the fight with them, know they have got a fucking hard night, don't they?
Yeah.
They know they're going the 5 rounds with them.
100%. 100%. Should we go on to the second fight?
Not even the fact that not the fact that these fighters don't get knocked out, don't even get fucking dropped.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like these
Yeah.
fucking got concrete in the boots, man.
And concrete in the head as well, I would say.
Yeah. But yeah, what were you saying?
I was saying she were going to the second fight, which was Aaron Blakey versus Nadolski.
Yeah, big up Aaron Blakey, another absolute smashed it, mate.
Yeah,
He said, you know what it is as well. Like, I don't think he was happy with the sort. I think he wasn't happy with the opponent, Blakey. But that Christian Nadolski is a good fighter, mate.
Yeah,
he's not giving himself the credit for the win that he got. I've seen him fight before that, Nadolski, and he's a good fighter, mate. So he wants to like think good of that win that he's got there. Do you know what I mean?
100%, 100%. That was it there, Christian Nadolski. I mean, tough looking guy. He was a little bit bigger than what I thought. I'd never seen him in person. He was a little bit taller than Blakey.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be a bit more of a handful for Blakey. But
I
Blakey again.
I genuinely thought this was going to be like a good little tear up for him. Because in his other fights, he was game, come forward and that. But it's just, like I say, not giving credit for himself. It's obviously the pressure he's put on him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He goes into little like explosions, doesn't he? He puts the pressure on and he just goes for it. Once up against the ropes, the same as the Naf Higson fight.
Yeah. I mean, Nadolski he leapt off the line, a leaping right hand off the line, you know, from when the referee said fight. Nadolski just leapt off the line. Didn't Blakey move back? And he thought, we were speaking to him afterwards in the hotel. He was like, whoa, wasn't expecting that kind of thing. Blakey knocked him down 3 times, didn't he? Yeah. Blakey is desperate for some rounds in there. It's his second fight in bare knuckle, second fight in the Bkfc. But he's desperate to get some round under his belt. I think he hoped that this fight was going to be it. He wants a 5-round war, and he's ready for it. He's a consummate professional. I went down, watched his first day of camp, and he looks half decent. You know, even in his first day of camp. I couldn't get back down to see him before the fight, but he gives it all. He's surrounded by the right people. He's surrounded by good people. He's got Rico Franco there, Dex Spellman, his coach, his boxing coach and things like that. John Watson, who does the mind coaching, runs Ironman and things like that, and Danny Mitchell, ex-UFC fighter down there as well. All well experienced in their fields, and there's a good little hub down there in Yorkshire of fighters coming out of there.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And he's got the right head on his shoulders, Blakey, as well. He's 100% focused, any tunnel vision. Yeah, he's on it. His diet, he's getting up early, training twice a day. He absolutely loves it. He's wanting to know what's happening, like in the BKFC and that. He loves the BKFC. It's where he wants to be. It's where he belongs. And I'm really excited to see who his next opponent is. And I think we might have a little inkling of 2 of them wanting to fight each other. You know what I'm on about, don't you?
I know who you're on about. We can't say though, but I mean, I had Blakey on last night with Bakewell. And there's talk of Blakey maybe even dropping down another weight as well. So
yeah, I've seen that.
Blakey said he'll make whatever weight he wants. So, but what Bakewell wants. So, but he's one tough man. We've got another clip of your ringside footage here as well.
Yeah.
So Blakey managed to finish Nadolski in 1 minute 27 seconds of the first round. I think his first fight against Naf Higson went about 43 seconds. So, I mean, he's not even 2.5 minutes into, after 2 fights, he's not even done 2.5 minutes. He's done just over a round. Also...
I just missed it. You know what? I just missed that shot as well. It was a beautiful shot.
Yeah. Again, talking last night with Andrew Bakewell, Blakey might have done, he has done enough to get a contract as well with the BKFC, so I'm absolutely chuffed to bits for him for that. He's a top lad. I've got a lot of time for him.
Mate, 2-0 in the BKFC as well. It's good going that,
100%. Brilliant. He's smashing it. He's to me as well what every fighter should be like. He gives it all. He encompasses the whole experience, from start to finish. He lives the dream. He's living a dream now, doing it.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And he's a really good lad as well. He's always got time as well. Like, he'll give you his time, like when we're in the hotel doing an interview and things like that, when they're cutting weight and that, and they can't be asked. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just want to be left alone, don't they? I hate asking sometimes. And,
Yeah.
I leave the fighters be. But yeah, he's just a top lad. And obviously met his missus as well, didn't we, the next day at breakfast? And she's a lovely lady as well, isn't she?
She is, yeah. Gem's lovely. I was lucky enough to meet her, and his 2 kids as well when I went down to see him. Yeah, he's surrounded by the right people. He's surrounded by the right people and doing the right things.
100%, bro. What's the comment say there? He's showing he can give one. We need to see if we can take it in the next fight. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, fucking Blakey's saying that as well. Like,
he wants a war. He's ready for it.
I want a fight where I'm going to get it, but fucking hell, like, you shouldn't be complaining.
Yeah,
that day can't hit you. You know what I mean?
He wants the feeling of it all. He wants the full experience. He wants to be cut. He wants to know how it feels, how he's going to respond when he gets cut, how he's going to react when he gets wobbled. He wants it all. He wants a full-blown scrap in there. It's just getting the right opponent for him. The rumblings that we're hearing in the background of who his next opponent could be, there's a good chance of it being an all-out war. I think it will be an all-out war. He's a tried and tested lad. I can't say too much. Good boxer. Let's see what happens. Time will tell.
Yeah, it'd be a great fight, mate. I'd be really excited to see that one, like. But we won't get any more deeper into that.
No, we'll get into a bit of bother if we drop that one. So third fight of the night, or the last fight on the prelims, we had Robbie Brown versus Ben Hatchett. Robbie Brown obviously coming back from an MMA fighter, had a couple of underground fights. Ben Hatchett, he's fought on 3D Fight Club, hasn't he?
He's fought. Ben Hatchett's fought on BFBA, Bad to the Bone, 3D Fight Club. He's fought in the pits as well, and now Bkfc. I think he's fought on every bare knuckle platform in the UK.
Yeah.
He's fought on BKB as well.
Yeah.
When you think about it, mate, he's done some grafting that in the bare knuckle.
He has. He might have lost more than he's won, but he still gets in there and does it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He still gets. We've got some more of your footage here.
You rewind it, don't you?
Do I? There we go. Heavy knockdown that. Robbie was wanting it a bit more as well, wasn't he? Get up.
Yeah.
I think it was. How many knockdowns was it? Was it 3 for Robbie as well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but great performance from him. Stayed composed, moved well. It was a good performance from him.
Yeah, it's fucking. I think he wanted a bit more of a fight, didn't he? Robbie's game is a badger, mate. Robbie he'll fucking stay in the ring until he gets fucking to the next fight, till he fucking can't win no more. He's that type of lad, mate. Like, he genuinely, I don't think the lad fears anybody, any weight.
No, he doesn't. He'd fight anyone. He would fight anyone. And,
he's a good character as well, mate. Like, he had a little presence about him. Do you know what I mean? Like, coming in, the way he walked in, and I don't know, mate. I just think he's a great character. I think he's ideal for Bkfc as well. Robbie Brown.
Yeah, he's got that kind of attitude, hasn't he? He's a bit of, he's got something about him, a little aura about him, hasn't he?
He has, mate. He 100% has, and he's class, mate. I really like him. He's a good kid.
Yeah. The surprising thing as well, afterwards, after the fight as well, after Robbie's hand had been raised, John O'Chipchase came in, former Thai boxer. they had a bit of a face-off. Jono obviously calling Robbie out. So, again, talking to Bakewell last night, looking like that could be a possibility.
Yeah, fucking poor Robbie, man. Fucking just gets to put on him in a ring after a fight. Please, mate. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, fucking mate. There's loads of big fights, isn't there? What can happen?
There is, especially the way the BKFC is signing people up as well and finding these new talents.
Yeah, definitely.
Robbie can be go find the BKFC, great fighter. I agree. You know, who's next for him? Obviously, Jono Chip Chase is an option and most likely candidate. But like you said, I don't think it matters to Robbie, does it? He'll just turn up and do whatever he does.
Unreal, man. Like there's min fights that could happen in that way. Imagine Robbie Brown versus Gary Fox, mate.
That'd be a war. Robbie
Brown versus Gary Fox, mate. Imagine the build up for that, mate.
Unbelievable.
It'd
be. I mean, that'd be class. That'd be class. Two Northeast lads, both as tough as they come.
In the game and as tough as you'll ever get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fucking, they're not that much tougher than Gary Fox, mate.
Yeah. Do you want to upload these next videos?
Yeah. Yes, boss.
It was unbelievable. Like that to me is more appealing than, and it's just my opinion. That fight, what you've said there, Gary Fox versus Robbie Brown, is more appealing than Jono Chip Chase to me. I think Jono Chip Chase can definitely do it in the BKFC, but he's oh dear. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I've just kicked Lou out there. I was trying to change the videos. Oh, man. Anyways, my opinion was... Sorry, Lou. Sorry, Lou. I was trying to get rid of the videos and I accidentally kicked you out with a thing.
Oh, right. I thought I kicked myself off.
Oh, you did? I didn't do anything wrong. It was all you. What are you doing, you idiot?
Mate. Right, there's that one. But yeah, mate, I want to fight that a bit, build up, attitude, fucking everything about it, mate. That is a great fight matchup, that, mate.
Yeah, class. Next one, we had Patrick Sagan versus Morgan Starkey. Is that video you've just put up there?
Yes, mate, it is.
Good man, let's give this a watch. Smooth on your end?
Yeah, I think it's just a signal, mate, because it's uploading videos. Started now, it should be alright.
Patrick Sagan making his debut.
What it was with Morgan Starkey on that fight, I think when he got hit in like a certain place in the eye.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shot that you can't recover from.
Yeah.
You could just tell by the way he reacted when I was watching the fight. You could just tell he'd been in an awkward place because Morgan Starkey doesn't just go down, mate. See, look in his other fights, you see, even he went all the way with James Lilly, mate. Do you know what I mean? He's tough as. He just got
went
caught.
5 rounds. He went 5 rounds with James Lilly, didn't he? In his debut. It's dangerous, Darren, saying he was slagging you off, Lou. I was slagging when I kicked you off. I was like slating you, Lou.
Nice one, mate. You kicked me off and then you slayed me.
What was it? Yeah, I mean, Morgan Starkey, he was outlasting Leeds, BKFC 44. He had a quick victory there himself, didn't he? A first round knockout under less than a minute. Unfortunate for him, he was on the receiving end of it this time. Patrick Sagan was a little bit of an unknown entity to me. Thai boxing background. You know, had a lot of Polish support there as well. I mean, shout out to the Polish support. They bring it, don't they? They've got the flags waving, the scarves waving. There was a fella there with his top off at one point, just standing there bareback,
smashing cans off his head.
Yeah, the Polish support. I mean, they're loud, aren't they? They really get behind their own fighters, and it's just great.
Mate, proper supporters. So it should be though. Like if you've got, if you can afford it, and like you've got friends or your pals are fighting on the shows, you should be supporting them, because that money's only just going to get wasted on something else, going fucking pissing it up the wall in a club, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's fucking, like it's sad when you see some of the lads sometimes coming to the shows and like they've literally come on their own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, going back to Crystal Palace there, I mean, Nathan Hind, he came on his own, didn't he? And Nathan put on a great show against Gary Fox. You know, he had a game plan. He stuck to it. And, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing him get out again as well at some point. Some point soon, hopefully. But, you know, he came on his own, had his fight, picked his bag up, went home. That was him done. You know, thanks very much for having us. See you later.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Just going to work, isn't it? It's just going to work for some of these lads. This is what they do.
Yeah.
It's like someone going to do a night shift, or, you know, starting at 6 o'clock, getting up. These lads are just off to work to do a job, and it's class.
Yeah, it's mental, mate.
Yeah. Speaking to Morgie, speaking to Morgan after the fight, you know, you were saying about that punch that caught him. Kind of it knocked him. He couldn't see after that, out of that eye.
From them shots, mate, it's what they'll all probably dread in the bare knuckle, getting caught with a knuckle in the eyeball, or do you know what I mean? Like some shots what you can't really recover from.
Yeah, definitely.
And he'll bounce back. He'll be straight back, Morgan Starkey, mate. He trains hard. He's a good fighter, mate, and he'll be back at it, mate.
And he just didn't see that uppercut that came, that finished him off, that cut him just under the eye as well. So he just didn't see it.
It was like his other fight, wasn't it? But he done it to the other person, where he fell onto the upper, didn't he?
That's it.
I wonder what the time difference was with them two.
It was 127 for... Was it 127?
Which one?
Morgan Starkey. No, I'm not sure what Morgan Starkey was. I know his first one was. No, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I've got it written down in my book somewhere. Blakey was 127.
Yeah. Morgan Starkey's was even quicker.
Yeah. I'm sure his was maybe it was under 30 seconds, definitely.
His debut.
In Leeds, the fight he had in Leeds against the Romanian lad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, like I say, it was a bit of an unknown entity to be Patrick Sagan. There he is there. There's the fight poster. Yeah, tough Polish kid. We're looking forward to seeing him out again as well, getting a few rounds under his belt.
I'm sure they said representing Edinburgh.
Yeah, so I think he goes by the name Hanneman as well, which
by what?
By Patrick, is it Hanneman? And if that's the case, I think there might be some relation to Jackson Barkhouse, who's from Cumbria, who's a Thai boxer, and I can't remember what his missus called. I think is it Sandra. Great Thai boxers. They've got their own Thai boxing academy over in Edinburgh. So,
what did you say? They're related?
I think so. Or no, is it called? Yeah, Hanneman. Patrick Hanneman is what he goes by on Instagram. But then I think his brother-in-law is Jackson if the brother and sister, Jackson Barkhouse, who was a great Thai boxer and works at Hanneman Thai Boxing Company at the gym. Yeah, but you look confused, Lou. I think I've confused myself, mate.
It's thinking Hanneman, fucking, what's he going on about?
Patrick Sagan goes by the second name Patrick Hanneman as well.
Oh, fucking mate, you lost me there, you know.
I lost myself, I think. I lost myself.
Morgan Hanneman.
Morgan Hanneman.
That's what I thought you were all about.
So, like, on to the next one. Let's get on to the next one.
Yep.
Foxy versus Hayden.
Sheriff.
Hayden Sheriff. Hayden came in overweight, which I thought was just massively disrespectful to Gary Fox. Gary Fox came down 2 weights for this fight, or 3 weights for this fight, to his more natural fighting weight. Very disappointed in Hayden Sheriff, to be honest, doing that. That's just my personal opinion. But Foxy, you know, he was ready. He was raw. He was just wanting it, wasn't he? And he put on a fantastic performance. TKO in round 1. I think it was written, you know, before it even happened, what was going to happen in that fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he was 5 kilos over in Sheriff when he first got there.
Yeah.
What's that, like 11 £11?
Yeah, so that's what, just under, nearly a stone overweight. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But you got to spend time with Foxy, didn't you? Before his fight, you were going down getting some training footage with him and Ben Bonner. Yeah,
mate. The train like fucked on there. He's in great shape. You've seen him on the scales, mate, and what he looked like on the night. The man's ripped to death, mate. He lives for it, mate. He absolutely loves it.
Yeah, class. We've got a bit of a fight here. And after that, after Foxy knocked him down, Hayden Sheriff said he couldn't see, so the referee had to stop it there as well. So, but taking nothing away from Foxy, it was a good performance, got the win. Yeah, I think he's just desperate for anything there, isn't he? As well.
I can't really hear you with the volume in the video, bro. There you go, mate.
I've turned. So taking nothing away from Foxy, he got in there, but he's ready for a tear up. He's wanting a 5-round war as well, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%. Yes. I can't wait to see the next opponent of Foxy. He loves it, mate. He's everything about Bare Knuckle, and he looks the part. He's fucking in class shape. He's got a professional boxing background. Yeah. He's a come forward fighter who'll just stand there and bang it out. He's a perfect fighter you want in Bare Knuckle.
He's ready for it. He's ready for it. He's ready to take on that 145 division. Anyone that comes his way, I'm sure he'll take them on. Who have we got next? I think
it's going to be a proper wrecking ball at the weight, to be honest.
Yeah, it is more natural fighting weight, 100%. Up next, we had Bart Kroll versus Gosha, Poland versus Germany. Again,
one of the fights of the night for me, this one.
Yeah, me too. It was a 5-round war, just 2 men exchanging back and forth. It's brilliant. It was brilliant. Everything that a fight should be, you know.
Yeah, it was. Might as well Gosha come in was like on the scales weighing in. He had like glasses on, and I'm thinking, can I see? And we took his glasses off for the face off, and he had a black eye before the fight. So, but he's oh mate, tough as FUCK, mate.
Yeah, he's a lawyer as well, Gosha, isn't he?
Yeah, solicitor, lawyer, or something like that. Yeah, he's got like a very high end profession, I think.
Yeah.
Germany's got a lot of people flew over to watch his fight as well.
Yeah, but Bart Kroll showed his toughness again, and put on a good performance. He took the unanimous decision after the 5 rounds, and like you say, one of the fights of the night.
Mate, unbelievable.
Definitely one to watch if you download the Bkfc app. Definitely one to watch.
both these fighters, like for example, Gosha lost this, but you'd be so excited to see his next fight.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. Losing the O doesn't matter too much. I mean, Gosha lost, but his stock doesn't go down. Unbelievable performance from him.
Yeah, definitely. What a like Barry Fox's.
Yeah, it wasn't quite as bad as Fox's cut, but I mean, I still wouldn't want it myself, you know.
Yeah, fuck that. I just got random clips here, like fucking just sent them off my phone. I don't know what they've got in them. Do you know what I mean? It's just parts of the fight.
Yeah.
I've just sent it over.
It was brilliant though. Good fight, like you say, one of the fights of the night.
It was, mate.
What we got next? We had Paul Cook versus Aaron Foster. What did you know about these two?
I didn't really know much about them, to be honest, mate. But I went up to see Paul and done some videoing with them a couple of weeks before the fight, and I put a photo on one of my very good pals from Middlesbrough, James Brown, who
the James Brown.
No, not the James Brown. But he was a jiu-jitsu kid. My pal, so obviously I think he's done bits with Paul Cook, and he said to me he's wanting to look out for. He's a very, very good fighter and that, and he can't wait to see him in the bare knuckles. So I'd heard loads of good things about Paul Cook as well. Like he's supposed to be a very good professional MMA fighter.
Yeah,
and I've seen him training and that, and he looks good, mate. And he's a very good kid as well. Like really appreciate him giving me his time and that in camp. And yeah, they're all top lads, aren't they? But yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing Paul. The fight, he'd have had a good fight with that Luke Kelly. That Luke Kelly would have been a good fight because he's a tough kid. So it'd probably give him a bit more of a fight. But yeah. I know Aaron Foster stepped in early, didn't he? Well,
he did, and there was a bit of smack talk, I think, from Foster's side as well. I think Paul was going in with a bit of bad intent to kind of shut his mouth a bit after what was said. I'm not 100% sure what was said, but I just remember speaking to one of Paul Cook's family members at the show, saying, you know, he deserved it after everything that was said. So,
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. After that, we had Matty Hill versus David Oscar. David Oscar is one tough man.
Oh, mate. He is a wrecking ball, mate.
His arms are like the size of people's thighs. They're massive.
Let me airdrop this video over.
He was saying before the fight as well, he wanted to get his hair braided. You actually took him to your house as well, and your wife braided his hair for him, didn't she?
Yeah. I've always wanted my hair like this. Look cool, man. Look good. She cornrowed it all for him.
Yeah.
Because remember the fight he had with Lee Brown, mate, his fucking hair was like candy floss in his eyes, man.
It was. And it just shows the toughness of Lee Brown as well, going 5 rounds with Oscar.
Mate.
Oscar took the victory in this one, in the first round. Maybe expected a little bit more from Matty Hill. I mean, it's easy for me to sit here and say that. I wasn't in there fighting.
He got caught with some proper clean shots, though, you know, mate.
Yeah.
And if you think, mate, getting hit off, he got up a few times as well, and getting hit off David Oscar, mate, it's no fucking tip tap, is it? It's gonna hurt, mate.
Oh, definitely.
Like them shots don't look like much when he lands on him, but if you look closely, when you're looking at Matty Hill's head, there is like a bit of connection. Do you know what I mean? It's flush right on the button.
Well, I'll show it if you put the video up.
No, isn't that one on?
No.
Oh, because I can't put no more on, so I haven't removed them.
I know, but if I remove them, I'll kick you from the studio.
Kick me?
Yeah, that's what happened before. I tried to remove the video and ended up kicking you from the studio. You'd have to remove them. You remove them from your side.
It won't
Professionals. Look how professional we are, Lou.
I can only do edit name. because it's very hard.
Can you?
You'll have to remove them and then I'll come back in.
Ban from studio, just ban you.
Yeah, just fucking ban us for life.
Right, come back in a sec. He's a coconut. I will slate him this time, Darren. You're right. He's a coconut, isn't he? Great performance from Oscar. Tough as they come. Expected a little bit more from Matty Hill. Matty Hill's got a decent background himself. I think he was making his Bkfc debut, but can't take anything away. I can't say hopefully he'll come back and do the business. He can do put on a better performance. I'm sure that's what he wants as well himself. He'll want to come back and put on a better performance and show what he can actually do. Just wait for Lou to come back on. After that, we had Lewis Keane versus Pernica. I've just had Lewis on the podcast there. Go and watch that if you haven't watched it already. What a performance from Lewis Keane. And Pernica showed his toughness, taking the fight short notice. Lewis was supposed to be fighting Fran Suarez from Spain. But yeah, unbelievable. Where's he gone? This idiot. He's here now.
We're there, bro.
I'm here. Yeah, I've just moved on to Lewis Keane and Pernica. What did you think about that?
I thought it was a great fight, mate. Great win for Lewis Keane. Experienced lad, Pernica. He went. I'm sure he went all the way with Luke Nevin. It was a good win for him, mate. Stab and jab, stabbing straight shot to the liver, mate.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've just uploaded the fight for you there, mate.
It'll come through in a second.
Like I say, you've heard me. People who watch the channel have heard me raving about Lewis Keane. I think he's special in the Bkfc, mate, and I think there's big things to come from him.
Yeah, me too. A lot of noise about Lewis and all the lads from that northeast way as well. There's a great little hub getting together there.
Yeah.
Great little team getting put together by Baz and Bungle. Mickey Terrell up there, Robert Barry, Lewis Keane, Paul Cook. A lot of lads from the northeast, and it's great for the northeast for them to fight in Newcastle as well on the home soil.
Yeah, it's unreal.
It's got to be special for them. But yeah, great performance. Let's see if this video's here now. Say again, mate.
Moves well.
He does. He set up that, like I say, he was on the podcast just that I've just done it with him, and he was saying big shout out to Mickey Terrell for calling the killer shot.
Yeah, when he raises his hands.
When he raised his hands, go for the body, and like you say, that was stabbing jab to the liver, which just finished him off, didn't it?
Yeah, but must have got him good and proper, mate, because he was in agony, wasn't he, on the floor?
Oh, he was rolling around, wasn't he? Horrible shot to get a liver shot. I think I'd rather be knocked out sometimes than take a liver shot.
Yeah, I feel like you want to
After that, we had the co-main event, which was Robert Barry versus Ben Bonner. And mate, hold on a second, mate, what a fight that was! What a fight!
Fight of the night for me, this one.
Yeah, unbelievable. Ben Bonner went out on his shield and he done well. He done really well. Robert Barry making his debut. It was class. It was just, again, what Bare Knuckle is about. Everything that Bare Knuckle is about. Watch that fight and you'll see.
unreal, mate. Competitive, back and forth, unbelievable, mate. And it was fight of the night for me. The way Ben got back up and he was back in the fight, and it was just unbelievable, mate. Two like highly skilled fighters fighting each other.
Yeah.
And the respect they have for each other after it was unbelievable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All Rob Barry's side, like Mick Terrell, Baz Jones, Ginge, Bungle, like the respect they're showing for Ben. Do you know what I mean? Like, not a lot of coaches and that do what they do, but like they like truly showed the respect they had for him, like of what a true fighter Ben Bonner is.
Yeah, and he said something to me as well afterwards as well. He says, "We don't lose, we learn," and I love that.
Yeah,
He'll come back stronger. He'll come back stronger, and you know, he showed what he's all about. He showed he can do it. He showed he's got the heart and the balls to do it.
Fight, class boxer, and Rob Barry is Rob Barry, mate. He's what everyone said he is.
Yeah,
he's absolute beast. Barry Jones said to me, "There's not many people who be able to hurt Rob Barry. He's been getting knocked about in the ring since he's been 10, 11-year-old by the likes of Mick Terrell and that. Do you know what I mean?"
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's just a different. He's just different. Like you just tell, mate. Like he's got. You can just tell with him, mate. Even just looking at him, you can just tell.
Yeah, I think he spars with Mickey. I mean, so getting his head punched off Mickey, you know, like.
Yeah, he was showing like obviously it don't go easy on each other. And Mickey said as well when Rob Barry when he hits you, he fucking hurts.
Yeah.
I think Mick Terrell had split his fucking what was it? He'd done something, you know, like the middle bit of your nose.
Septum.
His septum, like it's separated.
Is it septum or is it gooch? I can't remember.
Scrotum or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but fucking separated it like off.
Wow.
Not his scrotum.
Yeah, great performance from the lads, and yeah, fight of the night.
Yep, definitely
for me as well. But then this happened, didn't it?
The main event, yeah.
The main event happened.
England. It was a great fight, mate. It was a good fight.
Yeah, Rico coming off three back-to-back camps. You know, he was out at Crystal Palace. He was out at Leeds. He was out against Caleb Harris. Caleb Harris just came over here, and you know he's gone away with a lot of fans, hasn't he?
100%, mate. It was a great fight. I thought it was going to be a really, really, really hard fight for Rico. I thought it was going to be one of his toughest tests to date, going off all Caleb's previous fights and that, and how tough he is and how durable. But he was just way out of his depth that night, mate. Like, Rico was just so good in there. Too good for him.
It looked levels. It looked levels above, didn't he?
Seeing Caleb get hurt like that either.
Yeah.
Like fucking knocked down and like fucking beat up around the ring, mate, like that. Do you know what I mean? We've never ever seen it, mate.
No. And that's what I mean. If you haven't seen this fight, download the Bkfc app and go and watch it because it's worth the money alone. You know, you'd pay to watch that fight.
You'd pay this £7 just to watch this fight, but you pay it and you get every single fight that's ever been on the Bkfc and future. Do you know what I mean? It's a no-brainer. All these people like inboxing, have you got a free link or have you got this? Just think when you've spent friggin' £8 on whatever you spent it on, you could have had, after you've spent it, think, fucking hell, I could have had all that. I wouldn't have to go through the chewer looking for links because you don't get links. Very rarely you'll find a link for the Bkfc. And then you're looking for fucking reposts on YouTube or highlights and that. Just watch it live and get on the hype and the buzz with everybody. You know what I mean?
Watching it live, it's brilliant. I love watching it live.
You know, generally like it when you know these boys are going in bare-fisted, knuckle to knuckle.
Like I say, these lads are creating art in there. You know, it's violence in its most primal and in beautiful form.
You'd look some of these lads and the fucking half of them sometimes look like they're on death's door and they'll just push themselves back up.
Yeah.
Bust themselves off and straight back in the middle of the ring. A fucking different breed of human being.
They are unbelievable.
they deserve every penny and view and attention that they get.
Yeah.
You know the sense and the atmosphere and everything, what it's like, mate, at them shows. The pressure that these lads must have on the shoulders, mate, not going out to go to war with somebody who's trained 3 months to take the cap clean off, mate. You know what I mean? Like, it's different gravy. You're just fighting in the town with someone.
Oh, 100%.
You're going in the ring knowing that this kid's been watching you and he's trained hard in the gym to fight you. And he's looking at nobody else, but his eyes have been on you for 3 months. And you're going to haggle with him bare knuckle in front of fucking thousands of people around the world, if not millions.
And all he wants to do is split your wig wide open.
Yeah. Absolutely smash the scrotum off you. You know what I mean, don't you, mate? It's different, man.
It is.
But the likes of Taylor Barris, like, he was just getting up. Ref asking him if he's all right. I'll never quit. And I seen an interview after it. He's like, how can I quit when I tell my students to never quit? And I stand for suicide awareness and that. Like, I'm never going to give up. Do you know what I mean? Fucking absolute warrior, mate. Legend.
Yeah.
You don't call him Lionheart for no reason, mate.
Exactly. You know, that's the reason why they call him Lionheart. You know, he always says you've got more in the tank than what you think. And what a performance. What a performance. I got to go, like I say, I was down in Leeds. I got to see Rico Franco spar. And that was brilliant in itself, watching that. I was honoured to go and watch that kind of stuff and get to speak to him and things. And, you know, one of the things he worked on, I was speaking to Dex Spellman, one of his coaches. Rico tends to get angry once he gets punched. So he worked on his composure and stuff to not, you know, instantly retaliate once he's been punched and hurt and things, you know. So to see him work on that and it come to light as well, when he did get hurt in the 4th round, you know, rather than pushing forward, he took that time, he stepped back, you know, moved around a bit and, you know, took it to the 5th and got the win.
Yeah. It was good, mate. It was a good... I'll put the video on there if you want to shot the highlight up now. It was a good shot, this one.
Yeah. I'm going to jazz that back.
Right-hand corner.
And he just pulls himself straight back up, doesn't he?
Yeah. Unreal, mate. Atmosphere was really.
Yeah, I mean, listen to the shouting Rico there, unbelievable. You know, and like we were saying at the start of the show as well, the referee obviously seen something in Caleb Harris's eyes where, you know, it looked like he thought he, you know, was with it and everything. So,
yeah, definitely. And his legs never seemed like his legs did go when he was getting knocked down and he was trying to get back on his feet. I don't know, mate. You could argue all day long, couldn't you? Should have been stopped. He could have went further. There's just it is what it is. What's happened has happened, and as long as both fighters were safe at the end of the fight, it is what it is.
Yeah. Rico also confirmed as well on his Instagram yesterday that he did get a hairline fracture in his left hand.
Yeah.
But he's having a little bit of time off now. He's getting married in August. But I think he wants to be out towards the end of the year again at some point. So be good to see him back out there. You know, big things coming his way. He must have put himself into the top 5 now.
Yeah, definitely, mate. There's big things for the follow the Bkfc UK lads who were on winning terms. It's all even the lads who were taking losses, they've all got big fights ahead of them, mate. The bigger names are just coming over. Do you know what I mean? It's only going to get bigger and better competition. And that is what it is.
Yeah, fantastic. Can't really say much about the next BKFC show, can we? There's nothing to kind of report yet, I think.
No, I can't even say the date or nothing yet.
No. What you got? Go on.
It's gonna be a big one.
It is. It's gonna be. How big is it, Lou?
Oh, it's gonna be a big one.
Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed the show. Can't wait for the next one already.
Yeah, what were you going to say there before I interrupted?
I was going to say, what have you got coming up?
Bare knuckle wise.
Go on, yeah, we'll start off with bare knuckle wise then.
Yeah, mate, just going to keep on cracking on with the podcasts. I'm hopefully, mate, I'm going tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, to go and view some office space and some business buildings around the corner, about 5-minute drive from my house. And I'm thinking of going to be like doing it all out, podcast room and that, inviting some guests down, start getting some proper juicy content out there, mate, and having like a base to work from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, excellent. Congratulations, pal. Brilliant.
Well,
don't have like a little podcast studio, be class.
Yeah, and yeah, it'd be good, mate. Like, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of like how I can better it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Next levels, isn't it? We keep moving forward, pal.
Yeah, definitely. And start getting people down, not just talking about their bare knuckle. I want it to stay bare knuckle. Like, speak to people involved in the bare knuckle world and
kind of get their life story.
But yes, like get the bare knuckles other side to the story. What's not bare knuckle? To get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, class. That'd be great. What have I got coming up? I'm glad you asked, Lou. Thanks very much.
I was going to say, mate, out the corner of my eye, I just saying Mrs. loves you, Lou, and I'm thinking, what's you on about? But then he's obviously on about that, isn't he? Oh, God. Yeah, what are you up to, Rossi, lad? Have you got anything coming up, my brother?
Thanks for asking, pal. Tomorrow night, I've got Rob Barry on.
Yes.
So looking forward to that one. I've got his coach on as well, Gareth, from Capo Training. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled on Instagram to see who else he's going to be on as well over the next couple of weeks. I'll be dropping it. Oh, Lou, we forgot to do our knockout of the night from the poll earlier that we'd both done on Instagram. Yeah,
it was a clear win, wasn't it?
Yeah. Fight of the night was Ben Bonner, Rob Barry. Yeah, that got the fight of the night. Who got knockout of the night?
My knockout of the night was 2 seconds, mate. I'll just get the results up because I haven't looked for a while. Right. Who was your knockout of the night? It was equal, mate. Like, everyone got one vote.
Everyone's a winner. Well done, everyone.
Yeah, everyone got a knockout a winner. Like, there's votes for Gary Fox, there's votes for Blakey, there's votes for Rico Franco.
Yeah.
Best debut performance. The winner of that one was 1, 2, 3. Robbie Brown.
Robbie Brown, fair play.
Yep, and then Rob Barry a close second.
Yeah, brilliant.
Performance, knockout of the night. What was your fight of the night? Was
it's Ben Bonner and Barry.
Loads and loads, mate. Rob Barry and Ben Bonner, loads.
Yeah. Big up to them lads. Big up to all the lads. Respect.
Yeah, mate. It was unbelievable, mate. It was an unbelievable night of fighting, and all the lads did well, didn't they?
Yeah, I'll tell Rob that he won tomorrow night on the podcast. I'm sure he'll be chuffed to bits.
Yeah, sweet, mate. Let them know, innit? Because it's obviously it seems like now, but it'll be good feeling for him to know that the people are thinking that they were the best fight, and it's a little push for him, innit, to know that they're doing good.
Yeah, people are behind them, and great. Love everyone behind us as well in the comments as well. Respect to everyone in there. Dangerous Darren always in there. Paul C, Coops, Don Juan. Don Juan was asking when the next Bkfc show is. Can't tell you that yet. Simon the Imp, Raymond Pennybody. It's too many to mention, but thanks everyone very much for all the comments and things. We appreciate it, don't we, Lou?
Yes, we do. We really appreciate it massively.
That much. Can't see him with her hand. It's disappeared.
Yeah. Before we go, ask the people in the comments what they want us to. Is there any questions that they want to ask us about the Bare Knuckle or Bkfc 46, or is there anything you want to tell us? Let us know in the comments now, people. Got 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, sometimes I have a bit of a good crack here. If someone's got a good question, let's see it. How are we going? UK tryouts. That's what they need to do, man.
They should be doing a reality show. We've said this in the past. Should be doing a reality show. I know Feldman's got a couple of reality shows going on over there, but we could definitely be doing a reality show over here.
Definitely. 2 seconds. I'm just going to write that down in my notes now. I'm going to put it to them. Yeah. But
tell Feldman.
Seconds. Watch me glitch. 100% give us Brits a chance. He's right there. Absolutely bang on with that, by the way.
Yeah. It'd make a good TV program as well. We've said it all along. Make a class TV show.
Definitely.
Even if they don't do it on the TV, we could do it on the YouTube channel.
Definitely.
Follow it on there. It'd be brilliant.
Imagine America versus Team USA versus Team UK, mate. And
you know what? We keep talking about this enough. It'll happen.
It'll have to happen. And I'm going to be the fucking MC, mate. Ladies and gentlemen,
in the red corner, Defo, let me bang, bro, let me bang.
Yeah, remember that, mate? He was in the Ultimate Fighter, wasn't he?
Ultimate Fighter, Julian Lane, class. Right, Lou, are we done here, pal?
Oh, all right then. Sorry, everyone in the comments was enjoying this podcast. Ross is very selfishly wanting to go now and just piss us all off.
We've been here an hour and 10 minutes, nearly. No one else wants to listen to this ramble on about shit.
Yeah, I'm only messing, mate. It's been a good little podcast, mate. And
I need to go. The dog needs a piss. I need to let the dog out.
Yeah, no worries, mate. So you don't need a piss like that.
Spot on, Lou. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for everything. Much love, my man.
Not a problem, my mate. For everyone as well who's watching from my side of the channel, don't forget to go over to my man's channel, Ross, in the Red Corner podcast, and give him a subscribe, people.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Good night. God bless everyone.
Yeah. See you again. Speak to you soon.
See you there. Bye-bye.